Other big news for you this hour. Could there be another government shutdown? We're just days away from that possibility. And if Congress can't come to an agreement on a federal spending bill, it will feel like deja vu all over again. Our last government shutdown was historic. You remember at the very end of 2025, we broke a record here. Well, so far, congressional negotiators have floated a massive $1.2 trillion spending package. It includes funding for ICE, which has Democratic lawmakers boiling. You know, there's been lots of news coming out of different states, but especially Minnesota, all because of ICE instances, one of which was deadly. You might remember a mother, 37-year-old Renee Nicole Good, was shot and killed at an ICE officer's hands about 2 weeks ago. So if this funding bill were to be passed by the House and Senate, the legislation, which combines 4 separate spending bills into a package called a minibus, would be the final piece of the puzzle for Congress to avert another government shutdown come January 30th. So again, you guys, that is less than 10 days away. And the last time we did see people who were waiting to get their paychecks. So it'll be interesting to see what, if anything, comes of this. Here's another thing that I know you guys are going to start talking about because it is almost tax season. And we're learning that there are some big changes coming to the IRS from the leadership board, if you will. So in a letter addressed to the agency's 74,000 employees, something that the Associated Press got its hands on, the chief executive officer announced new priorities and a reorganization of the IRS, at least their executive leadership. I want to make that clear. So if you're curious, what does this shakeup mean for you? Here's the TLDR, the bottom line. The average refund amount was just over $3,000, so $3,167. This is all coming from IRS data. And the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, has said on several occasions that the effects of Republican tax laws will result in bigger refunds this year. Now, of course, that remains to be seen. That's something that many of us have questions about because we're all considering when we're going to start filing. How does it impact us? One more note here. Back in June, there was a warning to Congress that this tax season could be a rocky one after a series of mass layoffs in the IRS brought on by DOGE. You might remember we used to say that a lot, the Department of Government Efficiency. So that was a lot of news to keep you abreast of. Please let me know if any of those stories stood out to you. Remember, we are streaming to you live for this news conversation, not your typical newscast, one in which we hear the stories that really do matter to you. So we're seeing your comments right now on TikTok. We're also live on our Fox 5 Atlanta YouTube channel and our Instagram.